What Carrie Said. Anne ran as fast as her legs could carry her, but the more distance she tried to put between them, the closer he seemed to get. His silhouette moved steadily behind her, shadowed by the dim glow of the parking lot. The axe in his hand gleamed faintly. A long coat billowed around him, his wide-brimmed hat tilted just low enough to conceal his eyes. Carrie's voice echoed in Anne's mind. "He's not normal, Anne. Just moved in and nobody talks to him. Don't go near him." She had laughed it off then. But now, with adrenaline roaring in her ears and panic clenching her throat, Carrie's warning felt like prophecy. Anne darted out of the parking lot and into the woods behind the building, hoping the trees would shield her, hide her, save her. She kept glancing over her shoulder. He was still there, calm, unhurried, closing in. Her foot caught on something. She fell hard. A sharp jolt of pain shot through her ankle. Her foot had gotten twisted between the thick raised roots of a massive tree. She yanked, twisted, pulled, but the roots held on like claws. The cold night air wrapped around her like a curse. She saw him approaching now, each step deliberate. She gave up. Tears welled in her eyes. She thought of her mother, of the last petty argument they had. She thought of her dog alone at home, of her phone and car keys, both left behind in her frantic escape, of her boss. If he hadn't called me out this late. He stopped in front of her. Anne slowly lifted her gaze, expecting the blade. Her eyes met his. He didn't speak. His axe was already raised. She closed her eyes. But instead of pain, she heard a thud, wood splitting. When she opened her eyes, he was chopping at the roots. Seconds later, her foot came free. He lifted her in one easy motion. Too shocked to speak, she let herself be carried. They returned to the apartment block in silence. He laid her gently on his couch, then disappeared into the kitchen. She heard a kettle click. The scent of mint rose faintly in the air. He returned with a cup of tea and a first aid box. "I'm sorry if I scared you, Mom," he said, crouching beside her. "I only wanted to return your purse. It fell by your car." Anne stared at the tea. "Oh, that's very kind of you." He smiled. "Let's take a look at your foot." He pressed a towel soaked in warm water to the swelling, then wrapped it in a clean bandage. "Make sure you see a doctor tomorrow," he said, gathering the first aid materials. "Thanks," she muttered. What were you doing with an axe?" He looked toward the window. "Went to get firewood. It's freezing tonight and I ran out." She frowned. "That's rough. I'll manage. I have extra blankets. I should head back to my flat," she said softly. "Of course. Let me get your purse." He handed it over, then walked with her to the lot, picked up her phone and keys and followed her to her door. They paused. "By the way, I'm Frank," he said, offering a small wave. "Nice meeting you, Frank," she replied. "I'm Anne." "See you around, Anne." He turned and walked back into the night. Anne locked her door behind her and leaned against it, heart still racing. Phew. "I wonder where Carie got that serial killer story from," she whispered to herself. She'd ask her in the morning.